You've seen the Instagram posts, Chad in Bali, flexing with a coconut, captioned "Living my best life." The sun is shining, the water is turquoise, and the only thing deeper than his tan is the envy in your feed. It's the classic vacation fantasy. Perfect bodies, perfect beaches, and not a care in the world. Another beach, another sunset. Yawn. How many times can you watch the sun dip below the horizon before it all starts to feel like a screensaver on loop? Sand everywhere, sunsets that blur into screensavers. Paradise fatigue is real. The novelty wears off, and suddenly you're just another tourist with sand in your shoes and sunscreen in your eyes. But what if your next holiday wasn't about the beach, but what's beneath it? Imagine trading the surface for the secrets hidden below, where adventure waits in the shadows. Welcome to Chuuk Lagoon, Micronesia, a tropical paradise with a twist. Here, the real treasures aren't found on the sand, but deep beneath the waves. Here, the main attractions are over 60 shipwrecks and hundreds of 1-2 aircraft resting quietly on the seabed. Each one tells a story frozen in time, a haunting reminder of history's battles. It's a museum you enter with fins, not tickets, and the exhibits might have a moray eel living in them. Every dive is a journey through a sunken world where history and marine life intertwine. Forget working on your tan. Here you work on your buoyancy control. Mastering your movement is the key to exploring these underwater relics without disturbing their secrets. Forget cocktails, check your oxygen. Your happy hour is measured in air supply, not umbrella drinks. Chuuk Lagoon is the anti-beach holiday for those who crave history, adventure, and a touch of existential dread. It's a place where you confront the past face to face, surrounded by the silence of the deep. You'll explore the final resting place of an entire naval fleet, not just another buffet. Every dive is a brush with the extraordinary, a story you'll never forget. Trade your flip-flops for fins, your sun lounger for a BCD. This is where adventure replaces relaxation, and every moment is a new discovery. This is the trip for people who want a story that's more than the food was good. It's for those who want to come home with tales of sunken tanks and ghostly ships, not just tan lines. Instead, you'll say, "I saw a tank inside a ship at the bottom of the sea," and that's a story that beats any beach bonfire. How was your trip to Florida? Oh, you know the usual, crowds, sunburn, and overpriced ice cream. Meanwhile, you've been exploring underwater time capsules. Pack your bags, leave the beach novels at home. You won't need them where you're going, there's too much to see, too much to experience. You're about to dive into history. This is the kind of adventure that changes you. And the stories you'll tell will last a lifetime. Time for a quick history lesson, because context turns a dive into an experience. In 1944, Chuuk Lagoon was Japan's fortress in the Pacific, packed with warships and aircraft. Then came Operation Hailstone, 2 days of relentless U.S. aerial assault. Dozens of ships and hundreds of planes were sunk, transforming paradise into a graveyard. Today the entire fleet sits preserved on the lagoon floor, a snapshot of chaos, frozen in time. It's like Pompeii, but with more rust and the occasional turtle photobomb. These aren't just wrecks, they're silent battlefields. Every corroded plate and shattered porthole tells a story of violence and loss. Diving here is humbling, a history lesson you'll never forget. When you descend, remember, you're not just exploring a shipwreck, you're entering a battlefield. Paradise has a past and it's waiting for you to discover it. So, what's it like to swim through this ghost fleet? Imagine slipping beneath the waves and leaving the world you know behind. Here, time seems to slow and every breath echoes in your ears as you enter a realm few have witnessed. Surreal. One moment, you're on a sunny boat. The next, you're descending into a world of shadows and secrets where sunlight fades and history comes alive in the blue gloom. Shapes emerge, first a mast, then a smokestack, and soon the haunting outline of a massive ship. Each silhouette hints at stories untold, waiting for you to discover them. These aren't just metal hulks. They're vessels with stories now sleeping on the ocean floor. Every rivet and rusted plate is a page from a forgotten chapter of history. The Fujikawa Maru is a highlight, a cargo ship upright on the seabed, holding Japanese Zero fighter planes in its hold. It's a time capsule, perfectly preserved by the sea. Yes, fighter planes inside a ship, underwater. It's a surreal sight, as if the ocean itself is guarding these relics of war. It's a James Bond set, but real. The corridors and cargo holds feel cinematic, yet every detail is authentic, frozen in time. You'll find sake bottles lined up for a final toast, as if the crew might return at any moment. These small touches make the experience deeply personal. Gas masks stare from the silt, forgotten shoes and chopsticks lie scattered, silent witnesses to lives interrupted. These details transform steel tombs into personal stories. Each artifact is a reminder of the people who once called these ships home. Nature's taken over too. Coral covers guns, softening the harsh lines of war with vibrant life. Schools of jackfish swirl around masts, moving as one, weaving through the wreckage like living threads in a tapestry. Clownfish nest in anti-aircraft barrels, turning weapons of destruction into nurseries for new life. It's a bizarre, beautiful contradiction. Life and death, war and peace, rust and reef. The ocean blurs the lines between past and present. The sea has turned instruments of war into luxury apartments for fish. What was once a battlefield is now a sanctuary. Every dive is a reminder, nature always wins. No matter how strong or enduring, everything is eventually claimed by the sea. You're not just a tourist, you're a witness to history and rebirth. Each dive is a journey through time, a chance to reflect on the fragility of life. The magic is in the details, the silence, the unexpected beauty. Down here, every moment feels sacred. Chuuk is an underwater museum, curated by time and tide. Each wreck is an exhibit, each dive a new discovery. It's haunting, exhilarating, and unforgettable. You'll come up changed, carrying the stories of the deep with you, and you'll want to go back down again, drawn by the mysteries that still wait below. Diving outside a wreck is impressive, but the real adventure is going inside. Penetration diving, yes, that's the term, means entering a haunted house underwater. Cross the threshold and you're in a time capsule, engine rooms frozen in their final moments, corridors where sailors once walked. In the galley, plates and utensils sit undisturbed, like the Mary Celeste with more rust. The bridge is the most poignant, telegraph still set to full astern, windows shattered, history thick in the water. It's not just solemn, it's thrilling. Squeeze through doorways, emerge into cargo holds filled with tanks and trucks, shadows making them monstrous. It's an underwater obstacle course designed by history. You're not just in a wreck, you're inside a story's final page. It's challenging, a bit scary, and utterly unforgettable. Most divers picture colorful reefs and happy fish, finding Nemo but real. Lovely, but after a while it's all a bit samey. Chuuk Lagoon offers a different beauty, decay and rebirth. Here, coral grows on torpedoes, clownfish nest on deck guns. It's a visual tug-of-war. War's hard lines softened by nature's artistry. The wrecks are now artificial reefs, colonized and redecorated by marine life. Your photos? Not just pretty fish, but tanks covered in coral. Chuuk's beauty is complex, haunting, and powerful. It's the difference between a pleasant landscape and a masterpiece that grabs you. This is beauty with depth. Literally and figuratively. It makes you think, and it tells a story. Chuuk's pageant is one you'll never forget. The Great Barrier Reef gets all the hype, big, famous, crowded. But it lacks rust, ghostly warships, and the thrill of swimming through history. Why jostle with tourists to see a turtle when you can see one gliding past a sunken destroyer? In Chuuk, you're not just a tourist, you're an explorer, an underwater archaeologist. Think of the bragging rights. While your friends gush about Caribbean snorkeling, you casually mention swimming through WWII munitions ships. Conversation over, you win. Chuuk is the ultimate destination for adrenaline junkies and history buffs. It's adventure and education, all in one dive. Let the crowds have their reefs. We'll be in Micronesia exploring a sunken fleet. This is the cool kids' table of diving, the stories you'll bring home unbeatable. Welcome to the new old hotspot. Ready to dive in? The ocean is calling, and the mysteries below the surface are waiting for you. But before you take that giant stride, let's talk about what it really means to be a wreck explorer. Not so fast. Here are some tips for would-be wreck explorers. Preparation is everything, and a little humility goes a long way underwater. First, get the right training. Don't just rely on YouTube videos or stories from friends. Professional instruction is essential. Advanced open water and wreck specialty courses are a must. These courses teach you how to handle tight spaces, low visibility, and unexpected challenges. Don't be the overconfident newbie. This is serious diving. Second, pack smart. Your gear is your lifeline, so treat it with respect. Bring a good torch or 3, because you never know when one might fail or a backup is needed. A dive computer you know how to use, and reef-safe sunscreen are also essentials. Don't forget spare batteries and a cutting tool. It gets dark in those wrecks, and sometimes the only light you'll have is the one you bring with you. And the sun on the boat is brutal. Protect yourself topside too. Hydration and sun protection matter as much as your dive plan. Third, manage your expectations. You won't find treasure, but you'll discover a profound respect for history and nature. Every wreck has a story, and you become part of it. Be prepared for the emotional impact. These sites are often memorials, not just playgrounds for adventure. Seeing a gas mask or a pair of shoes on the seabed hits hard. These artifacts are silent witnesses to the past. Allow yourself a moment of reflection between epic photos. Take time to appreciate the gravity of where you are. This isn't just about adventure, it's about remembrance. Honor the stories and the souls connected to these wrecks. Dive safe, dive smart, and dive with respect. Your actions set the example for others. The real treasure is the story you'll bring home, and the friendships you'll forge along the way. And maybe a few hauntingly cool photos. Welcome to the club. Your journey as an explorer has just begun. If you didn't post it, did it even happen? Chuuk Lagoon is influencer gold. For the perfect shot, try the thoughtful pose on the bow. Look pensive. Caption it, floating through history. Next, the look, I found a thing shot. Point at a gas mask or telegraph. Look mildly surprised, and let your torch do the work. Caption, uncovering lost relics. Hashtag explorer. The hero move, the swimming through a thing video, glide through a doorway, dramatic lighting, epic music. Show you're not afraid of ghosts or tight spaces. Make your friends' beach pics look basic. Move slow, look cool, and let the history do the talking. Your followers will be hooked. Chuuk isn't just a destination, it's a content goldmine. Just don't mention how long it took to get that turtle in the shot. Chuuk Lagoon. Paradise for those who find paradise boring. It's more than a tan, it's a story, a new perspective, a swim through terrifying, beautiful history. This place will challenge you, move you, and stick with you long after you've dried off. The most interesting places are the ones with scars. If you want more than a poolside bar, if you crave history and adrenaline, this is your spot. It takes effort, training, and courage, but the rewards are immeasurable. Choose rust over relaxation, history over hammocks. You'll come back with more than photos. You'll come back changed. Even in the darkest chapters, life finds a way to flourish. So, next time you plan a trip, ask, do I want another beach, or an adventure I'll never forget? If it's the latter, Chuuk is waiting.